So up now, I'm excited to introduce Marshall Taplits, the co-founder and chief strategy officer and David Harris advisor to NYNJA. Now, Marshall began his career in software quality assurance. Then at Combers, he learned the ins and outs of VoIP technologies and worked for Tradestone Software as an implementation manager. In 2011, Marshall founded Spaxtel, whose mission is to enable users to make high-quality international calls from any phone in the world with or without internet access. And David Harris is an entrepreneur and investor who's been a technology leader in Asia for more than 15 years, and he is an advisor for the NYNJA Group, and he'll be saying a few words of introduction. So can you please welcome him to the stage?
Good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for the conference organizers including us in this program. It's really exciting to be here in Seoul, and everybody's mentioned what a center for blockchain community this is really becoming. And I'd like to thank the last speaker, actually, because the last point in their presentation was that blockchain could, in fact, be the hope for humanity. And in fact, at NYNJA Group, we've come to that same conclusion. And we have an exceptional team of technology people working on the project. We've got a team of about 30 people that we're doubling in the next few months. We've got an exceptional advisory board and an exceptional group of entrepreneurs really driving the business. But I also wanted to take a step back and to talk a little bit about values. A couple of the speakers this morning spoke about values. And I think really in this industry, with all the frenzy and all of the sort of the chaos that's sort of occurring in the industry, taking a step back and having a look at what's fundamentally driving us, having a look not as a business only, but also as an industry, where we are and where we're going and why we're doing the things that we're doing. And so that hope for humanity we describe as open unity. And the talk is really going to look at how we believe society can survive and thrive on the blockchain. So Marshall's going to come up in a minute and tell you a bit more about the business and about the project, but I'm going to try and start us with a high-level view. There's been obviously a lot of discussion of evolution, and when we talk about technologies, we know that there is an exponential growth curve in evolution, and we believe that we are in fact on the cusp of that exponential growth curve. We can call it an approach to the singularity, whatever it is. But throughout human history, we've had these moments that are transition periods, and they're revolutionary. And in fact, at that cusp, at that point where you're about to phase into a new epoch, that's actually a really disruptive period for human societies. It's destabilizing for human societies. And in fact, that's the greatest threat to humanity, often takes place at that period. But it's also a wonderful opportunity, and it's something that we believe with the blockchain as our fundamental layer, we can actually take advantage of that opportunity and to help humanity and organizations to survive and to thrive. Humanity is resilient. As we've said, we've gone through many different transitions over our history. We've had transitions that we've overcome threats through organization. And the fundamental pillars of organization are communication, commerce, and governance. The ability to exchange information, to exchange goods and services, and to exchange consent or to enter into agreements with each other. Transformations in communication we know have gone through oral traditions, through the written word and the invention of the printing press, and currently we're in the digital phase. We know that transformations in commerce have gone through the barter system, through currency, and through legal contracts is where we are currently. We've gone through a tribal and a feudal and a constitutional stage that we are at right now with a transformation in different governance structures, how societies are organizing ourselves. And we think that these three pillars are working together as they are today, where communications were digital, commerce is contractual, governance is constitutional, and these things, of course, are all connected, but they're connected at a distance. And there's a high cost and there's a low speed to having these things work together in unity to the better service of organizations and individuals. And we think that with the blockchain as a fundamental layer, we can actually bring these things closer together and not just connect them, but actually unify them And that's what we talk about when we talk about open unity. So unifying communications, unifying commerce, and unifying governance on the blockchain. And at this moment, I'd like to welcome up Marshall Taplits, the co-founder and chief strategy officer, to tell you a bit more about what we're doing and how we're doing it. So thanks, Marshall.
Thank you, Dave. Appreciate it. Hello, everybody. Thank you for taking the time to listen to our discussion that David started. It's a very privileged position that we're in. I'm looking around the room and I see a lot of people a little younger than I am, about my age, and a little bit older. I'm just turned 38 a few days ago. I was born on leap year, February 29th, year of the monkey. I'm living in China for 15 years. And we grew up when Google came out. I was in university at the time, and I remember very clearly when we started hearing about these moonshot mission statements, right? We're gonna organize the world's information, and we're gonna make it universally available, and we're gonna make it useful, accessible, everything, right? This was what Google brought to us, and that was really what it was one of the things that kicked off the entire internet boom, which has completely revolutionized the world. I think everyone will agree with that. And here we are now, having lived through that entire epoch, or evolution of human society. The internet has effectively been rolled out completely across the world. We have over 2 billion people online, and another few billion planned to be coming on in the next few years. And now we're moving into the blockchain age, right? So the blockchain age, now what we're doing is we're organizing the world's organizations, right? And we're making them universally accessible and useful, but secure as well. And security is interesting because security was never taken into account in the original internet. As a matter of fact, if you remember the HTTP codes, I think it's 402, payment requested, right? So they envisioned the internet having security, but it didn't by its nature. So how does this become real, right? How do we make this relevant to normal people? And we've come up with a few verticals, in particular relevant to Korea, because Korea, the K-pop, the popular culture in Korea is so powerful that we wanted to focus on how the NYNJA platform and our open unity concept can help further the Korean media industry and the industry at large. And the important thing to note is that with blockchain technology, we can distribute production, right? Anything that was previously centralized can now be distributed. So imagine that you're a director for a film and you have the world's people at your disposal in an on-demand marketplace. So if you need, for example, things like video editing or virtual reality services, whatever services, you can create a chain of people that all have the ability to participate in a decentralized way in creating films and other media productions. But more importantly, because the blockchain technology integrates the governance and the financial piece, which is what was missing in the internet age, that now anyone who becomes involved in projects that are blockchain enabled can now, through smart contracts, get their royalties, own their digital rights. And these things can be incorporated in the fundamental layers of the entire ecosystem of the world that people participate in, and it's no longer relegated to some external concept of law or having to go, fight and do contracts and sue people. That's all gone, right? Everything will work according to how it was programmed. So another vertical that the NYNJA platform we will be focusing on is professional networks and marketplaces. So if anyone's familiar with LinkedIn, anyone use LinkedIn here? Have you ever spent money for an in-mail access to somebody you didn't know, but LinkedIn said was a third contact, and if you just give them a little bit of money, they'll introduce you? Well, let's take that back, right? Let's create systems where people own their own reputations, they own their own relationships with other people, they own the rights to the proceeds of their work through a smart contract system, and this can all be done within the NYNJA platform. I know there's a lot of companies that are starting to build freelance networks on the blockchain, and personally, I've used Upwork since 2009, 2007, I think maybe even, and we've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars and done hundreds of projects on freelance networks, Upwork and Fiverr and 99 Designs and all these guys. But what we're building is much more than that, because what we're building is a general end-to-end communications platform that's open by its nature, and that within it, people can offer services on an on-demand way, kind of like you've become familiar with Uber, okay? And the ability to be able to own the rights to that work going forward, and sign up in advance for projects that you like. So for example, if, again, going back to the media, if you're working on a production and you need to have 25 people of all different skill sets, right? They can start signing up and be interested in following your feed about what's required. And just as each piece is being accomplished in your chain, you can now engage automatically the next person in the process, and you could build global decentralized work chains that are automatically fulfilled in terms of contractual responsibilities, digital rights, and everything. And what we're really building is reputation. It's truth in reputation. It's you are the product of all the work you've done and all the people you've worked with. And with the blockchain, there's a sense of permanency, and it's not like the current systems where you have, fake reviews and all these things. The benefit of blockchain is it's a permanent record that people can depend on. And that's what we're building here with NYNJA and the Open Unity. So let me just take a second and explain to you where we are in the concept. We have started development about 7 months ago. We've got about 30 full-time programmers that are working on our platform. The NYNJA app is only one piece of the entire open platform, and I encourage you guys to, if you're interested, please come and talk to us after. I've got the alpha version of the app on my phone. I'd love to show it to anybody who wants to play around with it. And as you can see, here are just some screenshots. We've done some pretty interesting work on the design. So if you can see here, we have this wheel concept. We've literally reinvented the wheel. And we've built our application in a way that takes advantage of the larger screens that people are doing, because they're doing more work with mobile, but people are still needing to be able to control it with one hand, right? Because now it's, these huge devices. So we've reinvented, we've reinvented the entire user interface. Our platform is multi-platform, so we're on all the phones, iOS, Android, Apple Watch, web, desktop, Alexa, voice recognition. We're going to be everywhere because we want to create a cloud-based system that enables levels of work that have not been seen before. Okay, here's some screenshots, as you can see. Actually, let me just go back to this real quick. So the middle screenshot actually is our freelance marketplace, where you can say, I need something done right now. And this process is actually executed from the messaging component. So for example, if somebody sends me a file and I need it translated, I just hold that down. I say, I need to get stuff done, and I need a translation. And that marketplace of people who are able to provide those translation services, they're available on demand. So I'll be able to get that done right now and then move on. So I can incorporate and become much more productive in my personal life by using the NYNJA platform. And I'm enabling people all over the world to make a living in an on-demand fashion. So, this is going to create tremendous opportunities for people globally. One other thing that I just want to discuss real quick is about why blockchain, right? Everyone's always asking, not just us, but in general, why does this need to be on the blockchain? Why does that need to be on the blockchain? I think that's the wrong question. The thing is that just like the internet, the blockchain is the next evolution of human society. So it's not about why do we need to do it on the blockchain, it's about why don't we want to do it on the blockchain? Why would we want to create systems that are opaque when you can create systems that are transparent? Why would you want to create systems that can have the data changed on you when you could create data immutable systems? Why would you want to work within systems that are owned by companies that in their terms of service tell you that they own everything and you own nothing, even though you spent your time producing all the content? Why wouldn't you want to work on open and shared blockchains and platforms? And why would you want to be part of systems that are insecure, just waiting to be hacked, and they're getting more and more vulnerable the more important data that they store? Why wouldn't you want to work with platforms that are decentralized and secure by their nature and not have these problems? And most important, why would you want to work on platforms that have barriers? Why do you want to go to a bank and open an account and get permission? When the web came out, you could post your information on the web if you had, you know, an internet connection. You did not need a permission to start a blog or start getting your word out. And now this is coming to finance, and this is coming to governance, and this is now about the permissionless world. The moment in your mind that you believe you can start a business, you can start right away with blockchain technology. And the NYNJA platform is going to power that and provide all the tools that people need for that. So what we've done is we've started from the fundamentals, right? We're not looking at how we can make things fit into blockchain. We've been thinking and thinking and thinking for years. I've been in blockchain now since 2012, and we've been thinking about what are the fundamentals of this technology, and what can we build, and what can be enabled with this technology. And so we started with the fundamentals, and we build it from there. And we're building an open platform, and we invite you to come and join us and build it with us. So here's our QR code. Here's our Telegram group. We are in the early stages of our token sale. I encourage every one of you to come meet with us, talk with us, take a look at the app that's on my phone. We're also setting up meetings for tomorrow. We're going to set up like an open table where we can do interviews and conversations with people. So anybody who's interested, please let us know. We're very approachable. We've got a great team here with Peter and Mun and David and Sam and some of our people in Korea here who are interested in the project. So please join us, and I look forward to seeing you all at further events and later today. Thank you.